Go.
By the time he was 8 years old, he had lost 5 siblings. At 9, he was left for dead, only to awaken from a coma, paralyzed. But he recovered from a seemingly hopeless state of body and mind. Bradley Quick is here to share with you his path from Skid Row junkie to successful talk show host, author, mentor, and motivational speaker. If you're looking for a better tomorrow, if you want a positive evolution, or if you're in need of a quick fix, you're in the right place. Now kick back and get ready for the top experts in the field of body, mind, and soul. Here on the Quick Fix with Bradley Quick. Purpose, power, motivation.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Quick Fix here on Cool Change Radio, your home for positive answers and a place for you to find that life and health solution you've been looking for. We're right here right now to inform you to the latest life enhancement techniques in many different areas, including health, fitness, nutrition, psychology, finance, weight loss, and a whole variety of other wonderful and life-empowering topics. Today's show is brought to you by the Cool Change Foundation. If you're fond of our show, if we brought you some breakthrough solutions, or you just want to help us stay on the air, please donate today. Come on, think about it. When we make life better for mom and dad, we make life better for the children. When we make life better for the children, we make life better for the family. Everybody wins. It's a win-win deal. And it's 100% tax deductible for you. No donation is too small. You can donate right now at www.thecoolchangefoundation.org. That's thecoolchangefoundation.org. And remember, it's time for Cool Change with the Cool Change Foundation. Hey, welcome everyone. My name is Bradley Quick. I'm here as always to discuss solutions with you. I'm here to talk to you about having a better life experience and becoming the best you that you can be. Our guest today is Nikkea Devida, the founder of Soul. Come on, what is it now? Tell me. It's Soul
Purpose Business Mentor.
She's a Soul Purpose Business Mentor. Hey, Nikkea, you ready for a great show?
I'm ready.
That's great. Sit tight. We'll be right with you. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
All right. Thank you all for joining us on Cool Change Radio, BradleyQuick.com, and on Facebook. As you know, you can catch our live and recorded video shows and interviews on those sites and many other websites. And as always, you can listen to our archived audio interviews, hundreds of them. Your favorite topics, favorite experts, favorite personalities at BradleyQuick.com. Now, if you're not hanging out on CoolChangeRadio.com, you should definitely be at BradleyQuick.com. If you ever find yourself skating on that little thing called YouTube, you can check us out there too. We're Cool Change Radio on YouTube, Cool Change Radio on YouTube.com. As a matter of fact, we have over 400,000 views in just a few short weeks. I'm so excited. Go there, subscribe, get the latest every single day. Cool Change Radio on Yahoo YouTube. Later, former Mr. Universe, my buddy Paul Madonna will be with us here talking about fitness and healthy living in our Getting Fit with Mr. Universe segment. It's all going to happen shortly, so stay right where you are. Make a note. If you'd like to chime in with a question for my guest today, just pick up the phone and call us right now. 818-824-9123. That's 818-824-9123. Keep that number on hand because all the shows here on Cool Change Radio use the same number. It's 818-824-9123. Okay, if it needs to be organized, systemized, or monetized, she's your go-to resource for a proven, effective system to get unstuck, get going, and get results. She's an undisputed expert on accelerated results because she's blended the best practices in business with the latest discoveries in science, spirituality, and psychology to create a breakthrough system so you can become an unstoppable manifesting machine. Boy, that sounds exciting. Joining us now here in the Quick Fix on Cool Change Radio and TV Network is the Soul, Purpose, and Business Mentor, Nikkea Devida. Nikkea, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Well, we got you. We got you here now, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
So tell us, what is this soul purpose stuff you're talking about here?
Well, as you can imagine, my path was not such that I woke up as a little girl thinking I'm going to be a soul purpose business mentor. The path was long and circuitous.
No, but at 22 years old, you had done some incredible stuff.
Yes, well, that's true. But if it's okay, I'd love to give you a short path into how that all came to be.
Let's do that, please.
Okay, great. Well, I like to kind of make a confession and say that my background is actually full of a lot of BS. So let me explain.
Well, guests don't often come on this show and say my background was full of a lot of BS.
I understand. I'm different than your other guests.
I know so. Go ahead. Tell me more.
All right. So my background, the first BS is that I was a born singer and a born systemizer. So ever since I was very young, I've always have wanted and had the ability to sing. And so I've had this ultra creative side.
Are you going to cut us in for a song here later?
Maybe I'll, if you're nice, you might coax it out of me.
Okay, go ahead.
And then on the other side, I'm a born systemizer. And so ultra left hemisphere analytical. So as you can imagine, early on, my background was already set up for inner conflict right out of the gate.
It sounds like inner conflict.
And so which part of me do you imagine in our Western culture got cultivated?
Probably the latter of the two.
Yes, exactly. So the second BS is that I graduated with a Bachelor of Science from the Air Force Academy in Colorado Springs. And when I got out of when I graduated from the academy, I managed about $200 million worth of contracts at the age of 22.
That's right. 200. I read that. That was just amazing. Who's allowing you to manage their contract for millions of dollars at age 22?
Executives of all the major defense contractors in the country and in the world.
You were in the Air Force, yeah?
Yes, I was an officer.
Yeah. An officer at 22. Wow,
yes.
That's incredible.
Yes. Yeah. And then when I got out of the Air Force, having even had awards as one of the top project managers in the country by the Secretary of Defense himself at the time. When I got out, again, then the third BS is that I was involved in business systems. So companies like Disney, Viacom, Nova Development, different top companies, a pharmaceutical wholesale company, where, again, project management, operations, systems, logistics.
Wow.
And so
you were the go-to lady.
To organize and systemize anything.
What did that do to your head, to your ego?
Well, let me tell you.
Please do.
So on the outside, everything looked good, right? But on the inside, I was a mess. My soul was dying. And the next BS actually is that I had a struggle with an eating disorder, bulimia. So bulimia
you don't look
struggle.
Bulimic to me at all.
Well, you never get to see it. It's something that people keep secret. And in fact, for 13 years, I binged and purged an average of 2 to 6 times per day.
Wow.
Every day for 13 years. That was the secret, and that was the struggle.
What did that do to the rest of your health, your physical health? And
Fortunately,
your mental health?
I have a very strong constitution. What it was killing was my spirit. So my health was okay. I was very fit. You know, I'm an athlete. I was a competitive gymnast. All those things, but it was my soul and my spirit that was dying. And my health was through the disorder. Certainly, it was not contributing to my well-being and my energy. So with
all your experience in the services and in being a controller and being a person that ran these companies, in essence, what's one thing that you figured out how to get unstuck? And become unstoppable?
Well, I tell you what, I tried everything. I tried every modality, every traditional modality known to man practically. So I did all the traditional things like therapy. I was even a guinea pig for an FDA study for Prozac to get indicated for eating disorders.
Really?
I was hospitalized for 4 months with the eating disorder, which led to a discharge from the Air Force. And nothing worked. Wow. So finally, after exhausting all the traditional methods of change, I went to the non-traditional, the complementary, the holistic, the spiritual. And there was not a modality, I kind of jokingly say, but not really, there's not a modality that I didn't write a check to.
Wow,
so I tried everything. I became certified in at least a dozen modalities, certified to train those modalities, and none of them worked.
You gained a whole lot of experience
yes, I did.
And knowledge in attempting to fix yourself.
That's right.
And out of doing that, you came to the conclusion that this systematic approach of all these systems combined is what you've come up with, right?
Well, not at first. What was the breakthrough was which is the next BS, when I learned about beliefs in my subconscious mind. That's when things started to change.
Well, that's where the whole blueprint is for your life.
Exactly. Well, I didn't know that back then, and none of us were born with the manual for the mind, right? And how to change our life.
Right.
So I voraciously studied all the different things about the subconscious, the neuroscience, the cellular biology. And when I started implementing to change my beliefs in my subconscious mind, the eating disorder went away in 6 weeks.
Oh, say that again?
It went away in 6 weeks.
Say what, when you decided to...
When I changed my subconscious beliefs in my subconscious mind,
right,
the eating disorder went away in 6 weeks.
Isn't that wonderful?
It was. It got my attention, as you can imagine.
You went and fixed the problem. You didn't go fix the symptom.
That's right.
Yeah, you went to the problem directly.
Went right to the core. And then I was like, okay, well, maybe this is a fluke. Let me try it in other areas of my life. And sure enough, those areas of my life changed too. My relationships, my finances, things that I was just manifesting as a result of changing my subconscious beliefs. And then other people started to ask me, well, can you help me? And so informally, I started doing that at first, and that's really how I became an accidental entrepreneur, where then I began to systemize the process, and I began to teach these methods to other people. And over the years, I've been doing this since 1995, I've systemized the process so that it's a step-by-step, paint-by-number system on how to change your own subconscious beliefs.
When we come back, I'm going to get into that more, changing your subconscious beliefs.
Sure.
Because I'm convinced that's where it all happens as well.
Yeah.
So stay put. We'll be right with you. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
All right. Stay put, everybody. If you've got a habit you want to change, how would you do things differently to better your life experience if you could? Well, stay seated. We just might have the answers for you. I'm here with Soul Purpose Business Mentor Nikkea Devida. If you're determined to get to the right result for you and you're ready to stop spinning your wheels and trying so hard, then sit tight. We're coming right back. This is Cool Change Radio. We're broadcasting live from Freddie Siegel Studios. I'm Bradley Quick, and as I said, we'll be right back.
Today, experience The Quick Fix, a simple process for positive change. Written by Bradley Quick, author, producer, motivational speaker, and host of the award-winning radio talk show, The Quick Fix with Bradley Quick on CoolChangeRadio.com. Bradley's passion for life is evident in his book, written so you can experience health, find your purpose, and have more effective relationships. Beating insurmountable odds, overcoming death, and being paralyzed, Bradley fought his way back so he could help you conquer your struggles. Experience increased health, vitality, passion, and purpose in your life right now with The Quick Fix, and read about Bradley's courage, ambition, and determination to live. Whether the issue is your thoughts, your physical body, or you just want to feel better and be happy, The Quick Fix, a simple process for positive change, will change your life. For only $19.95 plus shipping and handling. Take positive action now and receive a free guided meditation CD with your order. That's a $20 value free with your order today. Go to BradleyQuick.com. That's BradleyQuick.com. Take control and begin feeling better now. Get the book and free CD now at BradleyQuick.com.
You're listening to The Quick Fix with Bradley Quick. Purpose, power, motivation. We'll be right back.
This has never been attempted before by any treatment center, ever. Seasons Malibu is willing to take the risk because they understand quality care and evidence-based long-term recovery. Pay for only 3 months of treatment and stay until you are better, period. I'll say that one more time. Pay for only 3 months of treatment and stay until you are better. Enough is enough. Seasons Malibu wants to count your days of recovery, not the dollars in your pocket. No gimmicks, no guarantees, just straightforward world-class treatment until you are better. Do not hesitate. Call now. Seasons Malibu, 866-780-8539, 866-780-8539. That's Seasons Malibu at www.seasonsmalibu.com or 866-780-8539, 866-780-8539. For a free consultation and details, 866-780-8539. All righty, welcome back. You're listening to The Quick Fix here on Cool Change Radio, your home for self-improvement and a place for positive change. I'm Bradley Quick. We're right here right now to help you gain the upper hand in becoming all that you want to be. I'll be speaking at Seasons Malibu, the top-notch treatment center in Malibu, California, on July 31st. This is a networking event for addiction and mental health professionals and many other practitioners. It starts at 12:30 on the 31st with a delicious meal prepared by Seasons top-notch chefs. Then I'll be speaking about self-mastery, the next level of counseling, and the 7 stages of development. So join me this July 31st at Seasons Malibu at 12:30 for this informative, fun, great, groundbreaking event. Go to www.seasonsmalibu.com for locations and information and to RSVP. Again, that's seasonsmalibu.com and RSVP today and join us the 31st at 12:30. For those of you just joining us on Cool Change Radio, Facebook, and BradleyQuick.com, welcome. You can listen to this show again or to hundreds of hours of other self-discovery content anytime you want by simply going to BradleyQuick.com. There you can also sign up for our weekly radio show email reminder, where once a week you'll receive the most recent interviews in the comfort of your own home or office. And then you can listen at your convenience and make sure not to miss your favorite authors, experts, or personalities. You can also podcast any of our shows or just listen to us anytime from anywhere at www.BradleyQuick.com. All right. Our guest today is Soul Purpose Business Mentor, Nikkea Devida. She says if it needs to be organized, systemized, or monetized, she's the go-to resource for your simple, effective tools to break through the system and get unstuck, get going, and get results. She's the person to turn to when willpower, affirmations, and positive thinking aren't enough, and how to become a manifesting machine. A manifesting machine. Welcome back, Nikkea.
Thanks for having me here.
We're talking about the subconscious mind, and once you figured out that your blueprint was in the subconscious mind, not in your conscious mind.
That's right.
It's behind backstage there, right?
Yes.
Once you change that within, say, 6 weeks, you said, right?
Yes.
Everything began to change for you, and eating disorders,
It really
etc.
did. Yes.
And I'm convinced of that, so share that with our audience.
Well, what I discovered ultimately, I want to give the biggest, best nuggets that I learned to share with your audience. And it's a big topic with a lot of information, but there are some really key principles that I learned. And for those who are listening and have a pen and paper handy, I actually want you to write down an equation. And it's not going to be a big math equation, but it'll be a simple equation. It's a capital B, which stands for your beliefs, with an arrow to the right, to a capital T, which stands for your thoughts, with an arrow to the right, to a capital F, which stands for your feelings, with an arrow to the right, to a capital A, which stands for your actions, with an equal sign to a capital R, which stands for your results.
There you go.
Yes. Your beliefs lead to your thoughts, lead to your feelings, lead to your actions, equal your results. So let's talk about that.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's start out with the B.
Okay. Well, the B is your beliefs. And if you take the equation all the way to the end, obviously you get to your results. So ultimately, your beliefs lead to your results. So what kind of results? Any kind of results. Your health, your finances, your relationships, all of those things are results in your life. If you don't like some of those results in your life, what do? Most people go to the back to the left of the equation and go to the A for actions. So they attempt to take different actions. And there are two issues there. If you know what to do and you do it and you get the result, great, you're probably fine. But if you know what to do and you're not doing it, chances are you need to go all the way back to the equation because you have subconscious limiting beliefs that are standing in your way.
Yeah, that's self-talk.
What's that?
It's self-talk, negative self-talk. And,
well, it's more than that because that's your beliefs then which lead to your thoughts and your feelings, which that's the self-talk. But if you go all the way back to the subconscious beliefs, that is often nonverbal.
But how, okay, that's a great point. So how does someone come to understand and acknowledge what their beliefs are? Their subconscious beliefs.
Well, you have to learn how to communicate with the subconscious.
Communicating with the subconscious.
Well, let's first, if we can get to first, let me get lay a foundation because I'm going to lay a whole system on you.
Here. Yeah.
Okay, so your beliefs operate like a car analogy. So the analogy that I like to use is imagine you have your foot on the gas and your foot on the brake at the same time.
Right.
What happens?
You don't go anywhere.
You don't go anywhere, but you stress the engine.
You burn the engine.
You burn up the engine. So the foot on the brake is like your beliefs, your subconscious limiting beliefs. Your foot on the gas is the conscious mind that says, I want to go in a particular direction.
Right, it says go, 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 go.
That's right. So a lot of people are using willpower, affirmations, and so forth, positive thinking, to try to put that foot on the accelerator, but meanwhile they have these limiting beliefs in the subconscious that are in the way. the easiest way is to remove and change those subconscious limiting beliefs so that you just glide smoothly in the direction that you say that you want to go to the result that you want.
Because people have a tendency to always, no matter how much they want to change in their conscious mind, which is about 12% of the brain, they want to they get excited, they go for it. It may last a few days or a week or just a few hours, and then all of a sudden they go back to their homeostasis, back to what their subconscious mind knows. That's
right, because the subconscious mind actually operates like a thermostat.
Right.
So if you have in your home, in your thermostat, if you have it set at 72 degrees, let's say, if it gets hotter than that or cooler, it's going to kick in the heating or air conditioning. You have to change the thermostat in order to then change that new homeostasis. The same is true with your beliefs, because their beliefs are what lead to your results.
Right.
So if you have any areas in your life, how do you know if you have limiting beliefs? Just go ahead and look at if there's any area in your life that you want to change, then chances are you have limiting beliefs in that area. Right. So let's talk about then the difference between the conscious and the subconscious mind, because there are four key distinctions that I think are critical for the listeners to understand in order to realize that it's the subconscious that is going to create the breakthrough in their lives.
Yeah, so it's all about changing the subconscious. So let's look at the next step in this.
Okay. So the conscious mind is what's called volitional. It's the part of you that
Volitional?
Volitional.
Explain that. What does the volitional mean?
Well, it means it's the part of you that sets goals and evaluates, hey, how am I doing toward that goal? Right?
Okay.
It's the part of you that says, hey, I want more money. I want a different relationship. I want to get in shape. Things like that. The subconscious mind, however, is what's called habitual. It's the part of you that's automatically programmed to do what you do. And in fact, through what's called the research now, what we know is that through a process called genomic imprinting, you were downloaded these beliefs and programs 2 months prior to conception, not in utero even or birth, up through age 5, conception.
And this is
genomic imprinting.
So it's hereditary?
Yes and no. It's not. The good news is, we're going to get to that it can be changed.
Right.
But yes, through our conditioning 2 months prior to conception, then in utero, then through birth, especially through age 5 and up to about age 10, we are sponges and we are just downloading with no filters these subconscious beliefs and programs.
And most of them are based on self-preservation.
Yes.
And a lot of that self-preservation, like you said, before we can even talk, think,
that's
analyze,
right,
is inputted into us.
Exactly.
And so therefore, this is a second automatic conditioned responses for us.
That's right. And sub means below
Right.
the conscious mind. Right, is how all these things are operating. So that's the first part. The second key thing to understand is how the conscious versus subconscious mind processes time. The conscious mind understands linear time, past, present, future.
Subconscious has no idea.
No idea. Present time only. So if you had a trauma 30 years ago, yesterday, or whatever, it doesn't matter. If you hadn't had a specific way to change the beliefs and perceptions that you took on as a result of that trauma, it's operating alive and well, full force in your life today.
Wow.
That's the relationship with time. The other difference is the relationship with language. The conscious and subconscious mind process language entirely differently. The conscious mind understands abstract concepts like success, thin, rich, loving, all of those things.
Right.
The subconscious mind does not. It understands sensory-based language through the 5 senses.
It understands feelings. It understands emotions, does it not?
Through what you can see, hear, feel, taste, and smell.
Right.
It processes through the senses. And so through those 5 senses, you need to define what you mean by some of these concepts, abstract concepts that we often want, abundant and all of those things, into the language that the subconscious mind understands through the language of the 5 senses. Otherwise, sometimes that's why affirmations, positive thinking don't work.
A kirtan or a visualization or things of that nature would have some more impact.
They could have more impact if that is the way that the subconscious needs to process it. There are more defined ways, as it turns out, to communicate. So yes, using the visual, that certainly would be helpful versus just an abstract concept. So that's that part with language. The most important part, and you alluded to it, and actually what the science shows is there's a difference in processing capacity between the conscious and subconscious mind. The conscious mind processes at a capacity of 2,000 bits of information per second.
And it can get overloaded very easily.
Yes, it can.
Yes.
That's right. And the subconscious mind processes, get this,
okay, all right.
Wait for it, drum roll,
Sit down. We got 10 seconds. So
4 billion bits of information per second. 4 billion with a B.
That's all. You sit down. We're going to come more back and talk more about that.
You got
This
it.
is amazing.
All right.
She's an amazing lady. Hey, again, I'll be speaking at Seasons Malibu, top-notch treatment center in Malibu, California, on July 31st at a great big networking meeting just for you. Seasons top-notch chefs will be serving the meal at 12:30. I'll be going on about 1 or 1:15 to talk about the next level of counseling called self-mastery and the 7 stages of development. Join us. Go to seasonsmalibu.com, seasonsmalibu.com. I'm Bradley Quick. This is Cool Change Radio. We'll be right back.
There are self-help seminars costing thousands of dollars guaranteeing miraculous transformations. There are compelling speakers and life-changing weekend experiences where you can walk on fire. They all deliver revelations that guarantee you'll come back for the more expensive revelations filled with even greater wonder next month on Fiji. We get addicted to positive, heartfelt, expensive theater. What we really need is a jumpstart, an awakening, someone who can give us a reminder that everything we need lies within. Through inspiration and practical knowledge, Dorothy Donahue helps people get grounded and motivated, inspired and energized. It's not just words and affirmations and the power of intention. It's a mindset brought about by a tangible, transcendental experience, an audio-visual, physical, spiritual experience that helps us realize we transform ourselves. We get tools to become the conscious co-creators of lives of unlimited potential. Find out more. Go to DorothyDonahue.com. You're listening to The Quick Fix with Bradley Quick. Purpose, power, motivation. We'll be right back.
I'm Melody Beattie, author of Codependent No More. 7 times more Americans have hepatitis C than AIDS. I'm one of them. If you're one of the millions of Americans with hepatitis C and your doctors are treating you with interferon, then you're clearly aware of how your life has been turned horribly upside down. Backed by huge pharmaceutical monies, the medical community swears there's only one dangerous, disabling way to battle this silent killer. It's not true. There are alternatives, and they work. Triumph Over Hepatitis C is a book written by best-selling author Lloyd Wright, who fully recovered from this frightening disease. Lloyd is helping others to take charge of their lives and fight for their body's freedom from this crippling illness. His program is working for me. Call the people at Hepatitis C Free now at 866-HEP-C-FREE. That's 866-HEP-C-FREE. Don't become another medical statistic. Find out the truth about hepatitis C and get your life back.
Get your copy of Triumph Over Hepatitis C at Barnes & Noble and at hepatitiscfree.com. Call 866-HEP-C-FREE.
All righty, welcome back. You're listening to Cool Change Radio, your home for self-improvement and a place to find your passion and purpose. I'm Bradley Quick, and we're right here right now to provide you with alternative solutions to all the issues in your life. I want to share with you a great opportunity. I'm going to be going down for the 4th time this October. I'll be going down to Teotihuacan, Mexico. We stay at the Dreaming House, which is owned by a couple friends of mine, Alberto and Lee McCormick. It's run by a woman named Emily Greaves. It's called the Dreaming House, and it's right at the base of the Toltec Pyramids. It's amazing. It's an opportunity for you to walk through the 5 portals of your life, utilizing the spiritual energy of the pyramids. I'm not talking about a tour of the pyramids. This was built by this there and that. No, This is your life, your experience. You get to step out of the social matrix into the spiritual matrix. Remember, we're spirits having a human experience. We're not humans having a spiritual experience. This is the back-ass way we think about these things. We were born into this life as spirits, and in this process of evolution, we forget about that. We get domesticated in this social matrix. So what this is a great opportunity. My buddy Lee goes down there 4 or 5 times a year. I'll be down there in October. Go to www.spiritrecovery.com. That's spiritrecovery.com, and click on the Journeys link and come and join us on the pyramids. It'll change your life. It'll blow your mind as it has mine. Okay, that's spiritrecovery.com. Spiritrecovery.com. Click on the Journeys link, and I'll see you there. I really will. All right, she's a U.S. Air Force Academy graduate who served as an officer responsible for negotiating and managing nearly $200 million of defense contracts at the age of 22. Amazing. Then she honed her business project management and operational skills with companies like Disney, Macmillan Publishing, and Peak Potentials. Joining us once again is Soul Purpose business mentor Nikkea Devida. You can check her out at Nikkea. You get, fastresultsformula.com.
/quick.
/quick.
Yes, I have special gifts. I come bearing gifts.
She comes bearing gifts. She was talking about the 400 billion units of information.
4 billion bits of information per second.
That's so much.
Of the subconscious
That's
mind
so much.
Compared to the 2,000 bits of information for the conscious mind.
Right.
Now, as an engineer, I did the math. You were saying earlier 12% is only the power of the conscious.
Right.
The math is actually 99.99995% of the power of your mind is subconscious. Wow. The reverse math, 1/100,000th of 1% is the power of your conscious mind.
I have been corrected
yes.
by an engineering expert here on Cool Change
Engineer of the
Radio.
mind. That's right.
You heard it.
Yes.
4 billion units of information a second.
Yes.
And it's not all impacted though, because a lot of it is filtered.
It's diverted for other activities, certainly.
Right.
I mean, it runs the autonomic nervous system and things like that. Sure.
The gatekeeper, the part of the brain that stands between the conscious and the subconscious mind.
The mammalian brain.
Yeah, that only lets the knowns in, keeps the unknowns out, right?
Well, there's a little bit more to it than that.
No, but this is the layman terms. It keeps lets the knowns in, keeps the unknowns out. What the subconscious mind is aware of, good, bad, right, or wrong.
That's right.
It lets that stuff in and then keeps the other stuff out.
You're programmed to see what you believe.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
So you will, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. So you will be programmed to see what you are programmed to. What you're programmed to believe is actually what you'll see and manifest in the world.
So tell us more.
Okay. So the good news with all this is that it can change, because the science also shows that we are programmable biocomputers. The latest neuroscience cellular biology shows that we actually not are analogous to a computer. We're not like a computer. We are what's called homologous to a computer, which means we are a computer. Right. This is the good news.
Okay.
Because if that's true, just like we can reprogram and upgrade a computer, we can reprogram and upgrade ourselves, our beliefs, and our perceptions. Because everything we've ever seen, heard, felt, experienced from 2 months prior to conception is programmed and stored in the subconscious mind.
Right.
And that's what's influencing us. So what I did through the years, when I first started doing this back in 1995, there wasn't a system, but I was learning how to change my subconscious beliefs, and I got fantastic results. So because of my background, I can't help it to systemize things.
Right,
it's just my blessing. It's my God's given gift.
Anybody that's going to be an engineer has got that type of mind, that they're just going to make it all make sense.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's what I had to do, because here I had all these tools. I'd been certified in all these modalities, dozens. And it was like, well, how do you know what to use when? And how to know when you're done, for goodness sakes? It was driving me crazy, because it's like, I don't like uncertainty. I like to know that what I'm going to do is going to work, and there's a system to it. That just is my comfort zone.
Right.
So I had to systemize the process and create a map for the mind, which is exactly what I did. And I call it the Accelerated Change Template. And it is a system that allows you to change your subconscious beliefs as easily as editing a word processing document. You edit, you save, and you're done in minutes.
Okay, all right. Show us this. Tell us about it.
I'll tell you about
Come
it.
on now.
Yeah. Yeah, we're all hooked up here, so I can't show you, but I have a video that I can give as one of the gifts to your listeners.
What I want you to do is I want you to award me or gift me with whatever you brought with you. I'm saying this for everybody out there. I'm going to go through this system and do what she says I should do and see what impact it has on me.
Sure.
This is what I'm going to do.
Okay.
All right?
So it's a 5-step system, so it's really great. It's simple, easy to learn, easy to use, takes all the guesswork out of precise custom reprogramming for the subconscious mind. And you can do it in minutes once you learn how to do the blueprint. And so there's 5 steps. The first step has 3 subsets. So the first step is choose, communicate, and clarify your goal for the subconscious mind.
Choose, communicate, and clarify your goal for the subconscious mind.
Right. So the choose step is, what do you want? What's the new result that you want?
Right.
And there's a very specific way that I have people go through that process because, as you have all experienced, sometimes be careful what you ask for because you might get it. Right? So it's a very specific way to choose properly because the subconscious mind is literal.
And also, if you're not exactly to the literal, like you
That's
said,
right.
Your perception distorts everything
That's right.
by the time it gets back there.
Right, exactly. So we have to be very careful. I have 9 critical questions you must ask to match what you meant with what you said for the subconscious in that choose part. The second part is communicate. You need to have a precise way to communicate accurately and reliably with the subconscious mind. And in fact, that's one of the gifts that I'm giving to everyone who's listening today. If you go to fastresultsformula.com/quick.
Fastresultsformula.com/quick.
Yes.
That's pretty good.
Then that's going to be flashing on your screen, I believe.
Taylor, take care of it.
My man. So those gifts, there is a whole tutorial on that gift page that will let you learn how to do this for yourself. I have a video and a booklet. I have some other gifts there too I'll talk about later, but for you to download. So that's the communicate step. The clarify step is, remember I talked about the language. It's how to translate your goal into sensory-based language so that your subconscious mind understands it. So that's the C. The L is levels of permission. Levels of permission is woven throughout the system, but there's 2 main functions. If you want a result, how do you know if it's your highest and best good and if it's safe and appropriate for you to have this goal? Right? So it's conferring with your superconscious mind, in fact, your higher self, in terms of this downloading this new program. Kind of works like in a computer, for example, when you load new software, you know how you have the systems requirements on the package to load onto the hardware? It's like that, to make sure, do you have the hardware to load the software?
It's open to it.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. And then, so that's part of the levels of permission. The other part that's even better is, like with affirmations and things like that, you're just kind of randomly doing one by one by one, but how do you know if you even have that one that you need to download? And how do you know if your system maybe can take 10, 20, 30, 50 at a time versus one at a time? So the levels of permission is also the accelerator as far as if your body-mind system is ready to take in one change process 10, 50, 100, or 1 or 2 at a time. It lets you know how many your system can download and how fast you can upgrade your own software of your mind. So that's the L. The E is eliciting the highest priority beliefs and goals, so to make sure that you're always working with the highest priority thing in order at the right time. The A is aligning your subconscious beliefs. This is where the change happens. And the best news is that ACT is not only a modality in itself, it has change tools within it, but all those other modalities that you know and love. So whether it's hypnosis, whether it's EFT, whether it's, you NLP,
name it,
right?
Yeah,
NLP, the whole 9 yards, the whole enchilada, the dozens of things that many of us as change agents have incorporated. The good news is the system will tell you what's the right tool for the job. And then you do it, and it takes just minutes.
The system will actually tell you what the right tool is.
Yes.
Listen, we've got a little issue here.
Yes.
In just a minute, Mr. Universe is going to come walking around that corner because he does the fourth segment. I'd like you to help me throw him out of here so you can keep the fourth segment.
I can do it. I was trained in unarmed combat, man. I can do it.
Oh, look out. Well, that's great. Her name is Nikkea Devida, and she's at fastresultsformulas.com or fastresultformula.com, fastresultformula.com. If you go to fastresultformula.com.
Fast results with an S.
Resultsformula.com with a / quick. You can pick this stuff up. Listen, this is wonderful. She's wonderful. You hang in there. We'll be right back with you.
You got it.
Okay? She is so great. This is so wonderful. Stay put, everybody. You're in the right place. Cool Change Radio would like to welcome all our new talk shows, including Dates and Mates with Dear Mrs. D's Damona Hoffman, Love, Serve People, and Remember God with Michael Brian Baker. There's a whole bunch more, so do look forward for our other upcoming shows here on CoolChangeRadio.com. We're coming right back with more Nikkea Devida.
Nikkea Devida.
That's right. You're listening to Cool Change Radio, your home for self-improvement here on your Solutions Radio Network. We'll be right back. Get quality goods for less from Bag City, serving all of Reno, Denver, Las Vegas, Bakersfield, Salt Lake City, Los Angeles, and many more cities. Up to 70% below retail on everything. Coin purses, wallets, organizers, purses, briefcases, backpacks, travel and garment bags, and ladies' and men's leather jackets. All discounted, all up to 70% below retail. Bag City, the best for less? Bag City serving all of Reno, Denver, Las Vegas, Bakersfield, Salt Lake City, Los Angeles, and many more cities. Contact Bag City at 818-990-1795. That's Bag City, quality goods for less money. Bag City, where 15% of all sales go to local charities. You can't beat that. You help local charities while getting quality goods at up to 70% below retail. Contact Bag City now at 818-990-1795. Contact Bag City today and get quality goods for less money. That's 818-990-1795. Shop Bag City to save. Shop Bag City for charity. Bag City, 818-990-1795.
You're listening to The Quick Fix with Bradley Quick. Purpose, power, motivation. We'll be right back.
Today, experience The Quick Fix, a simple process for positive change. Written by Bradley Quick, author, producer, motivational speaker, and host of the award-winning radio talk show, The Quick Fix with Bradley Quick on CoolChangeRadio.com. Bradley's passion for life is evident in his book, written so you can experience health, find your purpose, and have more effective relationships. Beating insurmountable odds, overcoming death, and being paralyzed, Bradley fought his way back so he could help you conquer your struggles. Experience increased health, vitality, passion, and purpose in your life right now with The Quick Fix, and read about Bradley's courage, ambition, and determination to live. Whether the issue is your thoughts, your physical body, or you just want to feel better and be happy, The Quick Fix, a simple process for positive change, will change your life. For only $19.95 plus shipping and handling. Take positive action now and receive a free guided meditation CD with your order. That's a $20 value free with your order today. Go to BradleyQuick.com. That's BradleyQuick.com. Take control and begin feeling better now. Get the book and free CD now at BradleyQuick.com.
All right, welcome back. Thank you all for joining us on CoolChangeRadio.com, Facebook, and BradleyQuick.com. As you know, you can catch our live and video recorded shows on Cool Change Radio and over 700 hours of my best audio interviews, your favorite topics and personalities at BradleyQuick.com. Hey, we're broadcasting live from Freddie Siegel Studios, and as you well know, we're your home for self-improvement and a place for positive life enhancement. I want you to know we're being supported in large part by one of my favorite charities, the Cool Change Foundation. The foundation was created to help families and all the children in those families. They do that by providing positive transformational life enhancement methods and techniques to those children's caretakers, usually moms and dads, so they may overcome negative habits and become better role models and providers for the kids. As a direct result, the children's home and family life becomes more nurturing and loving, and it does every single time. You can help the Cool Change Foundation help the mom, dads, and kids in your community, and you can do that right now. Simply send your donation of love and support directly to the foundation at www.thecoolchangefoundation.org. That's thecoolchangefoundation.org. Once there, simply click on the Support Us link at the top of the page. You'll be helping us help the children. Again, that's thecoolchangefoundation.org. Click on the Support Us link and help us today. Every penny counts. No donation's too small, and the children need your help. From all of us here at Cool Change Radio, we thank you for your support. All right, we did it. We did it at the break. We got Mr. Universe out of here. So she could join us.
Tired.
So she can join us once again, the Soul Purpose Business Mentor, Nikkea Devida. Nikkea, welcome back.
Thank you.
I'm glad you stayed with us here.
My pleasure.
This is fun. So we were talking about ACT, right?
Yes.
ACT, the belief
5-step
system.
process.
Right? A 5-step belief switching system.
Yeah, belief change system.
There
yeah.
you go. That's
That's the one. What he
As
said.
I was telling you at the break, I'm going through a cleanse at this moment. And sometimes my head just doesn't fire on all. It's hard for it sometimes to reach back and grab information.
I got your back, buddy.
So thanks. Tell us more, please.
Okay. We left off on the E. So we went through the C, L, and we're on the... we went through the E and the A.
Let's go back.
Okay, so the elicit, the highest priority belief, that's when I said you want to make sure...
C is choose.
Choose, communicate, and clarify for the goal for the subconscious mind.
L is levels of permission.
Right, to make sure you're doing the right change, that it's the right thing for you.
E is elicit, highest priority
Goals and
beliefs.
Right? So you want to make sure you have the highest priority thing that you're doing because it works like a log jam. So in the logging industry, if you imagine the logs flowing down the river, and one way to clear and there's a log jam, let's say. One way to clear the jam is to go all the way up the river and pick out the logs one by one until finally you get to the jam.
Right.
That would be silly, right? Because that's an inefficient way to do it. The most efficient, effective way is to go straight for the jam that's the logs that are causing the jam, remove those, and everything just flows in place. The same as your beliefs. So in the log jam, like for your beliefs, you want to go for the kingpin. You want to go for the highest priority belief that once you remove those few, all the rest are going to flow in place. And that's what's possible when you use that E step properly to elicit the highest priority so that all the others will go.
Now you elicit that by talking to the subconscious mind or using this process?
You go through this process. I've created a whole belief change blueprint, a map of the subconscious mind, if you will. I'll explain it a little bit.
Put it up a little bit more.
Okay. So I've created a map.
Oh, that's beautiful.
To the subconscious mind.
Wow, that's
I'm an engineer. I couldn't help it. I told you.
I can tell that one.
I'm not kidding.
I love it.
But I created a map for the mind. I was told it couldn't be done.
Oh, that was enough right there.
I was told it could not be done, and I created the schematic diagram for the subconscious mind so that you have a system, paint by paint, step, what I said, right? Yeah. Easy for me to say. Step by step, paint by number system so that you can change your subconscious beliefs in minutes, guaranteed. Wow. So the A, like I was saying earlier, is aligning or changing the subconscious beliefs. And that's where I said any tool that you already know within this system can be used. So you don't have to give up anything that you've been trained in, certified, or used to using. You can use it in conjunction with ACT to make it work that much faster.
Because you probably are in love with it, number one. You can just enhance it with this.
Exactly. You tap into the power of that 4 billion bit processor systematically to be able to change your beliefs. Then the final step is the R step, which is repeat until complete and enjoy the results. So let me explain what that is. A lot of people think...
Repeat until complete.
And enjoy the results.
Go ahead.
So let me explain, because sometimes people think, oh, well, you have to use repetition. No. The repeat is you repeat the L, the E, and the A.
Levels, elicit, and align.
Right. So that you are making sure that you get all the beliefs you need to change for a particular goal and result that you want to accomplish. So remember, we got these beliefs like 2 months prior to conception and through our lives, through our life experiences, right? Well, it's not just usually like one belief and then you're done and you're on your merry way.
Right.
You often have more than one belief that needs to be changed in order to get the result that you want. So this system pinpoints exactly in order the right belief in the right order with the right change tool and how to know when you're done so that you got all the beliefs that you needed to change in order to get the result. And the system will tell you when you are done. Not only with the individual change process that you got the change complete, but also when you've completed the aligning for that particular overall goal and result that you say that you want in your life, that you want to accelerate toward.
So then you get to become that unstoppable manifesting
That's
machine.
what happens, because ultimately what's really going on is, so I want you to sink into this, what's possible here.
Okay, what's possible?
When you are able to change your beliefs in any area of your life, and you are aligning and unifying the subconscious mind, the 4 billion bit processor, the conscious mind, the part of you that says, hey, I want to do this. You're also tapping into the superconscious mind, your higher self, the part of you that you're conferring with to make sure it's safe and appropriate to do this change. You're ultimately aligning yourself to be a perfect instrument and vessel for your sole purpose that you are divinely meant to do on this earth. Now you can use this to manifest stuff, the material things or dealing with emotional traumas. But when you do this long enough, over time, when you're doing these alignments and aligning your subconscious beliefs with, ultimately, it aligns you for what you're destined for. And that's ultimately the main gift.
Everybody has passion and purpose.
Yes. And this aligns you with it at all levels of the mind, the superconscious, conscious, and subconscious mind.
That's beautiful. This is amazing. This is absolutely amazing.
It's hot. I know.
Hot. Are you hot, Mama? You should look that way to me. Yeah,
absolutely.
That's amazing.
I know.
So what?
That's why I'm so excited.
Yeah, I can tell your excitement's just exuding at this point.
Yeah.
Tell me about one question. We've got about 2 minutes left. Tell me about the 2 months prior to conception, the downloading of the information. How is the egg embracing all this?
So how it works is it's like nature's Head Start program. So like you said earlier, we were downloaded these programs in order to survive, not to thrive, right? And so based on the environment that the developing fetus was finding itself in. So 2 months prior to conception, now obviously if that egg got fertilized, then it turns into the developing fetus. And if it didn't, then, whatever. It doesn't matter.
So, but the universe doesn't say with this, we're going to get this one because this one's the one that's going to get fertilized?
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm just asking.
Hey, I'm just an engineer for the subconscious mind here, man. But I've studied with the best.
Okay, so go on with the conversation there.
Well, that's pretty much it. So when that egg is fertilized, it is imprinted with the beliefs that are going to allow it to survive in the environment that it will find itself in when it goes into the world. And so depending on in the womb, if the mother found herself in a very stressful environment and a stressful pregnancy, that actually impacts and imprints the developing fetus, such that even physiologically, you will be wired for certain things and not others. So, for example, it's a very stressful environment. There is blood flow that's preferentially diverted from the brain and the viscera, your immune system, and you have bigger, stronger extremities. So you have like bigger, stronger kids. If it's a very harmonious situation, it will be more blood flow to the brain development and the viscera, the immune system. You'll have really healthy, smart kids. Dumb, strong kids versus healthy, smart kids is ultimately what happens in the womb when it's that fight or flight and all the programs that are associated with that.
I think the important thing that you said there, I mean, you said so much important, but one of the important things was it's all about self-preservation. The body's just trying to stay alive.
That's it.
The organism's just trying to stay alive.
Right.
And so it's putting up all those walls and all those defenses to make that happen.
So
what this program does is gives you an opportunity to eliminate all those barriers between you and the ultimate being. Right?
Exactly. So this allows you to put yourself back in the driver's seat so that if you want to self-actualize versus just survive.
Promise me one thing.
What?
Promise me you'll come back here.
I promise.
Before
You've been fun.
Before you leave the studio, we'll book you a date, okay?
Okay.
I love it. Thank you very much.
You're so welcome.
She is so wonderful. She's so wonderful. She's talking about your mind and your ability, how to change yourself for the better. It's really a fantastic thing.
Thank you.
Again, I'd like to give great big thanks to Fred Siegel and our friends from around the globe for supporting our charity, the Cool Change Foundation. You too can help the mom, dads, and kids in your community, and you can do that right now. Send you the money and your donation of love and support directly to the foundation at www.thecoolchangefoundation.org. We thank you for your support. I'd like to give great big thanks to the fabulous Soul Purpose Business mentor, Nikkea Devida. Go to fasterresultsformula.com/quick. fasterresultsformula.com/quick.
Fastresultsformula.com/quick.
That's it. Also, like to thank you to make this show happen. Our fantastic engineers, Rob Gainey, author Rockin' Your Stage Sound, available in bookstores now. Go get that. You can sound as good as we do. Hey, our assistant producer is Taylor Hoskins. The show is produced by Bradley Quick Productions. It's been made possible by Fred Siegel. YouTube, Google, Buzzbros, The Salvation Army, Universal Studios, Milestones Ranch Malibu, Tim Allen, Marilyn Toth, and many others, including the Cool Change Foundation. Remember, it's time for cool change with the Cool Change Foundation. And if you keep doing what you're doing, you'll keep getting what you get. If you want something different, you got to do something different. Go make it happen. We'll see you tomorrow.